For presentation of the Gratitude Cafe show with Sue Lundquist. Sue is out of the studio today, but that's all right. We're going to bring to you an encore show from a few weeks ago with the Method Meets Magic Friends with one of the co-hosts, Jess Bubbico. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Gratitude Cafe, positive radio to feed your soul. Your dynamic host and founder, Sue Lundquist, will bring you her own intuitive talents and gifts for co-creating, healing, and teaching. Her show, The Gratitude Cafe, positive radio to feed your soul, is focused on bringing you to a higher place each week where you can leave the hustle of life at the door. So pull up a chair and join us for The Gratitude Cafe, positive radio to feed your soul.
Benny Boo!
Hey!
What's happening?
Nada, Happy New Year! She's back!
She's back in the
Back
house. 2019, mister.
in business. Yeah, right?
And your birthday, you're a year older.
Yeah, that was last Friday. Another
You
year
have a
added
birthday
on
cue.
to it.
Will you hit the birthday thing
No,
for
I'm not
me,
going to do it
please?
for myself.
Do it for me, please.
Okay, wait.
Now,
Well, see, now you
now
tell me, so I have to, like,
I'm
pull it up,
pushing
so it's like-
Hang on. It's your
Wait, which one? Oh, I know
your
which
birthday. It's your birthday.
one. Really? You want me to do that
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Okay, fine.
It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like
It's your birthday, Benny's
And you know-
birthday.
Oh, got to cut off.
Yay!
Almost got crazy.
Almost got just a little weird, and I don't know.
That's what the confetti was for.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Beautiful.
To the audience, yeah, welcome. Good morning, Gratitude Cafe. Sue Lundquist here, your most humble host right here. It is Tuesday morning, and it is pitch black in the Pacific Northwest. This is so weird, Benny.
Why?
It is so dark.
Nah, you'll
It
get
feels
used
like
to
it's going to snow.
It did.
It did
On
snow.
Sunday night. In
It-
my house, it did a little bit.
Well, I had a party I went to in Bellevue, and
Oh,
on
did you
my
now?
Uber ride home.
Oh, good for Uber.
Yes, good for Uber.
You gonna drop
Mr.
a first name?
Spencer. Thank
Spencer, that's the Uber?
That was his name, Spencer.
nice,
yeah,
nice.
in a nice, beautiful white Saab. So he gave me. Yeah, we're going up Hollywood Hill, and he's like, "It's snowing." I'm like, "No, it's not." And he's like, "Look out the window." I'm like, "Oh, it is."
Don't worry, the sub will make it up.
Yeah,
You're doing just fine.
that's Benny. Jess,
I
my
love it.
Yes, and so we have a special guest in studio today. So I'm going to do some housekeeping, and then we're going to jump in. We will be taking calls today, and but before that, let me do some housekeeping. Yes, I will introduce you to Jess, but I'm going to remind you the phone number so you can start getting into the queue.
Yeah, because it's not Jess's birthday. It's my birthday.
It's Ben's birthday.
It's your birthday. We gon' sip
Yes,
We have the same birthday.
that's
Wait,
a whole.
what?
Okay, that's a whole nother thing. So hang on. Okay, the phone number. Let me do that really quick.
Are you
One,
serious? I'm be dropping some S-bombs here.
You
for-
can't
Yeah.
even. Yeah.
Like
It's so good.
Wow. All right.
yeah, and we're both this year have big birthdays. I'm 40 again, and
I hit that twice mark. I'm 40 twice.
yes.
3 times, actually.
Yeah,
One
so
for the
I should
first one.
probably say the phone number now. 1-888-298-5569. Again, 1-888-298-5569. So let me do some housekeeping, and then I'm going to get to Miss Beautiful Jess. You got your ears back on. Okay, so you guys know about my superstars, one of which is right here, Mr. Superman, a.k.a. Benny,
Hi.
right there, the birthday man himself.
Again.
Yes. And then, of course, behind the scenes, I have an incredible team. Josh Parkinson is part of that. Josh Parkinson with Resonate Brand. Resonate helps you build beautiful mobile-friendly websites, but more importantly, they help you build a web strategy that helps your business attract new customers, grow following, and get higher in the search listings. And if you want to create an online course or membership that sells automatically without you lifting a finger, they can help you build and sell that too. So please contact Resonate Web Leadership for a free consult and see what options they have for you. Please go to www.resonateweb.agency and tell Josh and his team that you heard about him from Super Sue.
What was that? That was a new one.
Was that a new one?
So you can tell people's actions and tells. That's a new tell. I don't know that one. Don't know that. I haven't been married to her that long, so.
No, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if that was like. She's
Right?
talking mushrooms.
That's the latest of last year.
Yeah. Now we're into 2019. I've got some. I got to bring out some new Suisms.
All right. I mean,
Yes. Oh, and Dan. Do you remember Dan Mangana? He's going to come in and play with us at 8:30. Not
Dan
that,
the man.
Yeah, Dan the Man.
Okay.
You guys had fun. I mean, he's just going to hang out and just sit with us. We're not going to do a formal interview, but it'll be fun. But right now, today, we
News
have
to
Jess.
me, basically. News
Yeah,
to me.
so
She's just
I
filling
should
me in
have,
as we're going.
yeah, which I should have.
think on the
That was a
fly.
big.
I love this. I'm learning so much.
Yeah, so Jess and Dan launched their show yesterday, but let me do my housekeeping first. I must introduce you professionally because people don't know who the heck you are.
Sure.
And who I'm going to be talking to, and we're going to be doing readings. And Benny, I must introduce you to Benny. I mean, you kind of did
Yes.
that whole thing when we walked into the studio.
Hey, Benny.
Hi.
How are you?
Benny's surrounded by women today. All right, today we have the wonderful Jess Bubbico. Is an intuitive coach who specializes in helping women connect with their innate energetic gifts and utilizes those gifts to guide them along their path. Jess believes that we aren't all here to live the same path or create the exact same kind of life. Each of us is here to discover our own true north and co-create the life we deserve to live by tuning into our unique internal guidance system, or AKA intuition, which we're going to talk about today, learning the language of our internal guiding system, speak paired with simple, practical, tangible tools for healing and transformation can lead us to heightened levels of personal freedom, fulfillment, and joy. Welcome, Miss Jess.
Thank you so much for having me today. Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Come on, people.
Oh, thank you
Come
so
on,
much.
people.
Thank you. Oh, my gosh. You're too kind.
And we're done.
Okay, well, we are, audience, of course, if you're out there driving, I'm introducing you to another intuitive and teacher. And she is originally, well, you're living in Colorado right now, and you
Yes.
are here because you launched your own radio show, which we can get to, but I want you to talk to the audience and tell them who you are, who Miss Jess is.
Sure, I would love to. So as Super Sue just said, my name is Jess Bubbico, and I am an intuitive medium, and I am a coach. And so I love helping people wake up to their innate energetic gifts, because each and every single one of us, we all have an intuition. We all have that little internal guidance system that's like, yes, follow that path. You've always wanted to do that thing, and here's how you can take the first little step to get there, even if it doesn't make sense to you right now. And so I love helping people wake up to what their gifts are and then go out and use them and express them in the world.
Bingo. Ding. What are you doing, Benny?
Texting.
Texting?
We have a little bit of an emergency on the home front.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Oh, okay.
Got
So-
two flat tires on one side of the car.
Oh, that's not
Boys
good.
can't make it to school today.
Oh, boys, I'm sorry,
That
baby.
is your information for today. Be careful out there on the roadways, folks.
Please be careful. Yes.
There's a car driving
Benny.
around with only 2 inflated tires
I'm
on
telling
it.
her not to go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Don't
That's what
go
I'm saying.
anywhere. Oh,
Seriously.
shoot. Well, Jess, okay, so why are you here? And what did you do yesterday? And why were we together on Sunday?
If I'm being honest, I'm here because I love you so, so much. And just being in your
Again.
presence is a present.
Winner.
We're just
Winner.
gonna have,
We're
gonna
gonna
have
big
a
love fest.
Okay, stop it.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Oh, no, I got that.
So, okay, so
I'm
we got to
letting it
back up a
sizzle
little
for a
bit.
minute
So,
there.
we got to
Sizzles.
tell the audience how this whole synchronicity happened, because we saw our energy on Lisa Marini's brain class, and you're like, I got to meet that girl. I love that energy. Speaking of me,
Yes.
Super Sue. Why don't you tell the story?
Sure. Okay.
Okay, you do
Okay,
that.
I'm gonna rewind it a little bit.
Do it.
So I, Ruthie Joyner is gonna get so many shout outs on our because on our radio shows, because she's like the joining force. So basically, Dan Mangena and I met on a class, and I was like, ooh, I really like his energy. We both were on an online class, and I just saw him, and he saw me, and I was like, ooh, I like that guy. I need to know him. So he slid into my DMs, and he basically, we connected.
Do
And
you know
then
what that means, Sue?
Direct message.
Just
Benny.
making sure.
Yeah.
Some people aren't aware of.
I
sliding into people's
you know
DMs.
what? I didn't used to. So thank
okay.
you for
Hey,
clarifying
not
that,
just you,
baby.
the whole-
I know. See why he's advocating
the
for
universe.
the audience.
The
And you
verse.
are right.
Just
And I
saying.
was also going to say that sometimes it has another connotation, but this was a very just
It's
Family friendly.
family friendly.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's what we're doing here.
Family
Thank you.
friendly friendship.
So you'll tell me what that means.
Sure,
Okay,
later.
later.
So anyways, So he and I connected, and then that connected me to Lisa Marini, who I did her brain class.
Love her.
And I saw Sue on this class, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love her energy. And you have the best laugh ever. So I was like, I love her laugh. I need to know her. So then I shot you a message, and then we connected. I'm like, let's have a coffee date, like Skype coffee date.
Yes.
And we did.
Done.
And then that was it. And then I realized that you have the same birthday that I have, and that you're a medium.
Oh my gosh.
Which, just for everybody out there, this has like even bigger significance because me and my mom and my grandmom all have the March 22nd birthday, and we're all like, it's my mom's mom. So when I met Sue, I'm like, this is even crazier. It just gets crazier.
It does.
Yeah.
I went my whole years without having anybody with my birthday, years. And then my niece, who lives in Utah, she was born on my birthday, so I got a birthday present, 18 years ago. And now I'm meeting you with 3-4 generations of March 22nd, all from your female lineage, which is magical, magical, powerful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
So why are we here today, audience? I am introducing you to this beautiful soul. Jess does teachings. She does readings. She's actually here in town for other special reasons. They being Jess and Dan just launched their radio show yesterday. Would you like to tell the audience a little bit about that?
Yeah,
Pretty
absolutely.
Please.
I would love to. So our radio show is called Method Meets Magic, and it is on Mondays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Dan is Dan's
the Dan.
Dan's the Dan. We said he's the method man, and I'm the magic woman.
Yes. Yes.
So I bring in the intuition and the metaphysical piece and
Yes.
component.
Yes.
Although he's like really,
He's a philosopher. He's got that,
Yeah.
He is. And he's so it's like, and I think he even went to school for philosophy, if I'm mistaken. If that's not correct, Dan, you can correct me. But he's like that Yoda philosopher, and he comes from that kind of big words and gets really deep really fast. And I'm like, wait a minute, my hands up, hold up, I got a question. But it's so good.
And it sounds so good because he has his English accent. So you're like, sometimes I don't even know what you're saying, but I'm listening and I'm loving it.
Yes. We can just sit
It's that
there.
foreign tongue, I know.
Yes, the UK.
I just said in general, international. It depends on where you're at. I think it's just the foreign tongue. Stick with that. Stop giggling, Sue. She knows exactly what I'm saying, too.
Oh my God.
Dan the Method Man.
Dan the Method Man. That's awesome. Okay, so let's have a little conversation about intuition. Now, I want to remind the audience, if you guys want to call in and have a free reading, do it. Why not? Start the first of the year and have a free reading with myself and Jess, or
Thanks.
just Jess.
Not freak reading, a free reading.
Free, F-R-E-E.
Thank you. Like a free reading.
Yes, 1-888-298.
Like a mini reading.
5569. Yes, a mini reading. We're not going to have you on the whole hour. But if you would like to, we'd love to engage with you and play. So give us a call, 1-888-298-5569. Otherwise, we're just going to sit here and talk, and I'm good with that, too. So let's talk about some of the things that's going on in your life, what's happening, the education, the events, stuff that you love to do, because I know you've got quite a bit of events happening and coming up in the near future. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so Dan and I are doing a magical retreat in Sedona. So if you have ever been to Sedona, I just went this a few months ago and absolutely fell in love with Sedona. You've been, right, Sue?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was born in Arizona, and then I spent some time. Yeah. Magical. A lot of energy. We love Sedona. We have actually quite a few listeners that are in Arizona and Sedona area too. So shout out to them.
Shout out. You can come and join us. It's going to be May 31st through June 3rd. We are doing a retreat in Sedona. And at that retreat, this is really about diving deep into who you are, what you desire for yourself, learning to connect with your intuition, learning tips, tools, techniques, simple things that you can do in your everyday life to really transform your reality into the desired reality that you want to live. So if you're driving to work and saying, you know what, I'm ready to do something new, ready to do something different. I don't even know where to get started, but I feel this like burning desire in me to do something new. This is a great weekend to come, dive deep into yourself, dive deep into your desires and start to create. We'll teach you how to create from there.
Create, baby. Create. Let's give the audience, and FYI, I don't, like we were talking about the clock, the radio clock. I only take a break at 8:30, and I didn't tell you that.
Okay.
So just know that we've got plenty of time to chit-chat and have a good time. So the phones are ringing. Thank you very much. And we can do readings today, 1-888-298-5569. And if you are calling, please keep the phone ringing. Benny is running back and forth because he's got to answer the phone, and you'll be in the queue. So let's talk. Let's give the audience some education.
Okay.
I don't know what we can educate with. I'm just going to kind of we could do the clairs. We can do basis of intuition. What would you like to do? What's coming up?
Ask you a question?
Yes. Oh, do you want a psychic answer? What do you want? Where are we at?
I think this is more of a knowledge-based
Okay.
question.
Do it. Spirituality meets practicality right here.
That's right.
The bridge coach. Bam.
Okay. This is not a knowledge question, but this is a question, something I'm curious to know. When did you start first opening to your gifts? When did you realize that you could connect with the other side, that the veil was thin?
When at a very young age, and it scared the living daylights out of me because I was adopted and I didn't have that wise woman that I could reach out and go, okay, there's somebody sitting right here. I see it, hear it, feel it, sense. Right here. Actually, it was, it was on my right side at that time. But I didn't know what to do. And then things just started happening. And now we know that spirit is not here to scare you. That's not what it's about. But when you have those presence, those senses that come up and you don't have the teacher or the wisdom or somebody around you to help you articulate what's not only happening energetically within you, but emotionally and also to kind of dissect what's going on, I shut it down. I was so scared. But I remember in my teen years, I remember even laying in my bed at one point and not being able to roll over because there was something behind me. I remember knowing that my parents were going to get robbed when they were camping. I mean, there's these other things where you're going to get a phone call from so-and-so, or you just, and let me back up too, because I want to explain there's a difference between psychic and there's a difference between evidential mediumship. So the psychic stuff is I'm reading and tapping into your 3D energy and what's going on here. Evidential mediumship, I'm raising my vibration and I am tapping into the 5D energies where they're kind of trying to slow down a little bit. So there's a big difference between that. So evidential mediumship, I'm getting messages from spirit that's crossed over. With psychic readings, I'm tapping into more of a 3D human form, but it's the energies around and the clairs that I'm picking up within my body. Did I communicate that effectively?
Super effectively.
Okay, good. So would you like to take a call, and did I answer your question from when it started?
You did answer my question from when it started, and I think my best friend is listening right now, Alex. I'm going to shout out to her if she is listening, because I used to talk, she was my like ride or die friend since I was little. And so I would share these experiences with her, and she just would listen and was like the sweetest, but I can totally relate to not having someone to talk to them about. Mm-hmm. Can I share a little bit about
please, yes.
I'm so glad. I keep discovering so much about all of this. And when I was a child, my grandmother was hit and killed by a drunk driver when she was walking across the street. And so she would come to me at night, and I can remember this one night specifically. I was probably like 16 years old, and I'm talking to her in my head. I would call it was like what I was, quote, praying to her at night. I would talk to her in my head, and I could feel her sitting on my bed, rubbing my back.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay. And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, is this really happening, or am I just imagining this? Especially since you just said you felt someone behind you. I'm like, oh, cool, somebody else.
Totally, yeah. But it's, when you don't know what that is, it freaks you out. You're like, ah.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling her rubbing my back, and my mom kept saying to me, I can't have dreams about Grandma. I really want to have a dream about Grandma. So I said, okay, Grandma, if you're really sitting here rubbing my back right now, thank you, number one, because it feels good and I can't sleep. Number two, go visit Mom in her dreams. And I woke up the next morning, and I walked down the stairs, and my mom's like, I had this crazy dream. I was looking through a keyhole into your bedroom, and I saw Grandma sitting on your bed.
Oh, God, I love that.
It was like confirmation for the first time, because everything else was like, oh, I can guess how much the grocery bill is going to be, or I can feel that someone just died, or whatever it may have been.
Yes.
So that was my first
Congratulations.
Oh,
And then you
thanks.
had this whole journey of evolution, right?
Yeah.
And getting the knowledge and not knowing that you were crazy and whacked out, and also having our 3D world catch up to that. Because even when, and Benny knows this, we've been in with AM 1150 for years, and we were just talking. And even 9 years ago, when I started this, people weren't, and Dr. Pat's even older than that. And when we started this awakening process within the radio industry of personal development and the 3D and 5D, or the 5D evolution and conversation, there was still really tight knit. You know, I was still scared to come out of my psychic evidential medium closet. I'm like, oh, no. Oh, and then I have to speak my truth, and what does my truth look like, and all of that, right?
It can be scary.
Yeah, but now everybody's open to it. It's so much more talked about. I don't know that that's a proper grammar, but that's all right. Should we take a call, honey, or what do you want to do? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Miss Cindy.
Oh, let's give out the number first before we bring
Okay,
her on.
let's do that. Thank you, Ben.
888. Yep, 888-298-5569. 888-298-5569. Cindy from Kirkland. Hello.
Cindy, my love, how
Oh.
are you?
I am fabulous. You ladies are so much fun.
Oh, what is with the bubbles? I love this. Do you
So
have-
my question is, I do a lot of energy work. I'm a strong empath. I've been doing energy work for about 15 years, but I recently have had an instinct of a lot more travel at night and visitation, and I'm feeling like it's not something I'm choosing, and I'm shielding at night before I go to bed. But when I wake up, I have that invasion feeling, like it's an entity that's following me. And so I wonder if you guys would have some tips for me of what I could do. I connect with guides. I'm working with masters. But the sensation is, as I open my heart more, I'm feeling something being pulled on me. And I do work with cancer patients, so I don't know if that gives you a little too.
Okay, so Cindy, let me see if I heard you correctly. You want to know what if that's an entity, when you go into dream state, you feel something is pulling you. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So my first inclination when I hear somebody talk about that, and I first and foremost want to have that conversation about the word entities, because sometimes it has such a negative connotation to it. It's not. And I would suggest looking and seeing where the energy is trapped in you, because there's a message that needs to come out, whether it's about fear, worthiness, acceptance. That's usually, is that resonating? It felt like it shifted in your body. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to?
Okay.
Because I just lit up on the left. Or what? Jess has something that she'd like to say.
Yeah. So, hi, Cindy.
Hi.
So glad to connect with you.
Yes.
Immediately, so I see colors and I see chakras, and literally as soon as you got on the phone here, the color I saw was purple, third eye opening,
Ooh.
throat chakra, some maybe throat chakra opening.
Speaking the truth.
Yeah, and the solar plexus around confidence and finding your personal power.
Yep, that's the worthiness, everything I was just talking about.
Yes. Yeah, and it feels like it's rising and it's opening for you right now. And the message that I get is don't be afraid. So when I hear, does that resonate?
You guys are so on point. I am. I left a huge career a year ago, and I'm working part-time and working a lot more in energy and what I choose, and that's exactly what I'm working on, is that deservability. And
yes, absolutely. And I'm just going to do a shameless plug, because y'all should be on my 16-day craziness clarity challenge, because it helps you with all of that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
okay.
Jess has something to say.
Fabulous.
Hang on, Cindy. Jess has got something to say for you, love.
I'm going to
Okay.
also shamelessly plug Sue's Craziness to Clarity Challenge.
Thank
'cause
you.
I love waking up to it every single day. So go and check it out.
Thank you.
You're
very
welcome.
much. Yeah, Cindy. So my one-on-one coaching, and then also I offer a different platform on Facebook Lives.
Yeah.
So I work with women in transition in 3D, but my specialty is bridging the 3D and the 5D. So my conversations with people like yourself, a healer of the world, I can bridge the 3D conversation, the practicality, with the energy language and what you're going through. and help you to
Okay.
discern what's going on. That's my gift, and because I can
Perfect.
speak and be in dance in both 3D and 5D.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, thank you so much, you guys. You've been just fabulous.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Just allow that energy to come up and see and feel it and say, okay, thank you very much. You don't serve me anymore. I'm going to let that go.
All right. Wonderful.
All right,
okay,
Cindy. Thank you,
so
love.
much.
Sending love.
Sending love. All right. We have another phone call. Would we like to take a commercial break?
do
And then we will come back. This is Sue Lundquist with the Gratitude Cafe, and we have the wonderful Jess Bubbico with us. We are taking calls, doing readings, sending you love. We'll be Hey guys, Sue Lundquist here, the Bridge Coach, where spirituality meets practicality. That means it is my unique ability to bridge together the practical 3D with the spiritual 5D to create an explosive personal transformation. That can show up in confidence, purpose, speaking your truth, trusting in what you say and how you're showing up in this world. If all of this sounds good to you, go to SueLundquist.com for your free 15-minute phone conversation. Let's see if we're a good match. Go to SueLundquist.com and make an appointment.
It's a great time of year to be outdoors, fishing in a local stream, splashing through a creek. We all assume these waters are safe and clean, but for most streams, no one knows for sure. That's a problem we can do something about. The Isaac Walton League of America can help us get started, from stream cleanups with friends to simple water quality tests designed for volunteers like you and me. The League has been helping community volunteers find and fix water quality problems for almost 50 years with simple tools that produce results you can use to test streams for pollution, to get your friends and neighbors involved, and to help protect streams where we enjoy the outdoors. To get started, visit iwla.org today. That's iwla.org.
Hi, this is Dr. Joe Dispenza. I wanted to take a moment and let you know about a nonprofit organization called Give to Give. The Give to Give Foundation was created by a group of people who have studied my work or have participated in my workshops around the world. And by applying the principles of mind over matter and the mind-body connection, they've created outstanding changes in their lives or in their health, and they wanted to give back. The organization is dedicated to providing the proper resources to those people in need to gain the opportunity to learn exactly how to change their body or their lives. If you want to learn more about the Give to Give Foundation, or you know someone that needs help, or you simply want to make a donation, visit givetogive.com. Those who give don't always know how to love. Those who love always know how to give. Thank you.
Following the herd is fine until they lead you off a cliff. Think for yourself. Alternative Talk, 1150 AM.
Woo! Bring it, Benny! Bring it, baby! Woo! All right, welcome back. Sue Lundquist here. It's the Gratitude Cafe. Please, if you would like to work with me, would like a reading, are you interested in the 16-Day Craziness Clarity Challenge? Are you a healer in the healing arts? Are you a CEO of your family, CEO of a team? I got some really good practical tools. It's my gift to bridge 3D and 5D. So what does that mean? You live in 3D. It's your human form, practical life. But I also tap into the 5D energies. I've natural born psychic. I've been able to hone in on those skills so I can language and talk from both energy perspectives. And then also I'm really grounded in practicality because I am human. We're all human. We're all here in 3D trying to make this beautiful life that we are living, not trying, but are living in this life the best that we can. So I give you real life practical tools. They're very simple, but they work very, very well. So please go to SueLundquist.com if that resonates with you. I'd love to talk to you about one-on-one coaching. I'm opening my book of business again for my new sessions. And also I'm currently in the 16-day Craziness to Clarity Challenge, and we'll have another one in a couple months. SueLundquist.com/newsletter to get the readings and or the radio show delivered to your inbox, and of course free stuff. Wanted to remind all of you that I will be doing an event in Cabo with actually Beyond Intention, the master himself, Dan Mangena, Beyond Intention workshop, and then Craziness to Clarity myself. I'm going to be there. Super Sue will be there. It is beautiful. Who doesn't want to do transformational travel and go to Cabo and put your tush in the sand and your feet in the sand and get loved on and be around people of like-minded, safe, beautiful environment and get some really good, solid education. We'd love to see you. You can go to my website. I've got it listed there. Of course, it's in my newsletter as well. You can find all of the links on Facebook. Go and see if it fits and feels right to you. We would love and love and love to have you a part of that Beyond Intention workshop with Dan and myself. Super Sue, we'd love to see you. All right, we are back here with the wonderful Jess Bubbico, and we are talking intuition. We are talking your events. You and Dan just launched your shows, your radio show from AM 1150 here, and it's 1 o'clock on 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock on
Well,
Mondays.
technically there are 2 in each day, so.
Oh.
Oh, you just not thought of that?
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what?
There
It took
are
me a
2 1
minute, and
o'clocks
then,
in every
there's 2
hour.
1
Okay.
o'clocks. So,
Each
okay,
day.
so my grammar was okay.
Not really for the listeners. It's one time each
Well, yeah,
on Monday. So
one time.
Mondays at 1 p.m.
Pacific Standard
There
Time.
you go.
And what is it called?
Method meets magic.
Yes!
Woo!
Woo!
I'm letting it sizzle. Letting it sizzle. See, you're getting
Sizzle,
it.
sizzle,
You're getting
sizzle!
it. You're getting
Yes. All right. Goofiness in hand. Sue Lundquist here, your magical host right here. And, of course, Jess, will you remind people how to get a hold of you if they would like to contact you with readings and go to your events with you and Dan in Sedona and your radio show and all that juicy stuff?
Absolutely.
Thank
okay.
you.
So you can find me on Facebook. You can find my Facebook page. It's Jess Bubbico, Bubbico. You can find me on Instagram, also at Jess_Bubbico. You can go to my website, JessBubbico.com. We are Jess Bubbicoing all over this place.
Bubbico. I just love saying it.
Me too.
Bubbico. It's like, Bubba. What, Benny?
Nothing.
What?
If you both like it that much, keep it going.
Bubbico. I was thinking about this on the way to the radio, and I love that Dan, Jessasaurus, I love that it's so loving and so sweet. It's scrumptious.
I do love it. It was birthed out of, I think, our Facebook Live.
Oh,
Somehow
Jessasaurus. And coming from him when he speaks in his native tongue. Oh,
it sounds even better. 100%.
It's what I said 30 minutes ago.
I-
Foreign tongue.
Yeah.
yes.
See?
But I just
And I
got
get a giggle every time I say it. Too, right?
activate. Superpowers. Activate.
Okay, so
Right.
if
There we go.
I can see Benny's
Thank
face
you.
over there, I just love it.
Yeah.
If you are in a space right now where you're starting to awaken to your gifts and you're saying to yourself, I feel like I remember the first time I met with my mentor, I'm like, I feel like I have this like ESP thing. So if you're in a space where you're saying to yourself, what is that?
Yeah.
I'm starting to awaken, like I'm starting to wake up. I'm starting to experience new energy. I don't totally know what to do with it. I don't know what is energy of my doubt, my fear. What's the energy of like, I'm picking up on stuff in my environment. If you're in that space and you're wanting to understand it, pop over to my website. You can shoot me an email. You can give me a call. I do a free call so we can connect about what's going on with you, what's happening. And again, like I said, I like to bring in what direction are you moving in your life and how can you harness your intuition, harness your gifts, harness these tools that you've been given so that you can really move forward on your path in the direction that you desire to go in.
Remind them how to get a hold of you, sweetheart.
www.jessbubbico.com, Facebook, Jess Bubbico, Instagram, Jess_Bubbico, Bubbico.
Perfect. And of course, I have all this information listed on my newsletter. I've got it posted on my Facebook page. So if you guys are out there driving, you know how to get a hold of Sue Lundquist, a.k.a. Super Sue. All right, Benny. Oh, I wanted to remind, we've got a caller, so thank you for holding on. But I wanted to remind all of you, I will see you, my Canadians, I will see you in Vancouver at the end of, or at the beginning of February, because I have been selected to be a team leader in Vancouver with Dr. Joe again. And I'm beyond excited because I love being able to be of massive service for all of you. And actually, the Vancouver event, I'm sorry, you guys, it's been sold out for a few months already. So if you really want to be a part of and really, really transition your life from the inside, and I mean literally heal your body from the inside and learn tools from the master himself, Dr. Joe Dispenza, please go to drjoedispenza.com, see the events. He travels all over the world. He'll be in Spain, Australia, Bonn, Germany, of course, Vancouver, that's sold out. He'll be in Portland, Oregon, as in Oregon State, just south of here. So please go to drjoedispenza.com. I would love to see you and be of service to you and love all over you. It's a magical, magical time. So go to drjoedispenza.com and we'll get you started there. All right. We are going to take a call, Benny.
Yep. Estella from Southern California. Hi, Estella.
Hi.
Hello, Estella. How are you?
Hi, Jess.
Hi, darling.
How are you?
Good.
Welcome.
Good.
I'm
Hi,
Sue. Hi, honey.
Sue. Thank you. Yes. Hi. Hey, I listened to Jess's podcast, and I heard the one she had with you, and I was like, this is a cool combination, the two of you together.
Yeah, you're crackling up, sweetheart. Are you in a cell phone?
Oh,
yeah.
I am.
Put your hand up in the air and just, like the old antenna. Sit in one spot for me, love, so I can hear you effectively. Do you have a question for myself or Jess?
No, I just wanted to hear, I'm trying to get in touch with my own intuition and understand it more, understand what it's saying to me when it's talking to me. And so I just called in to talk to you guys, maybe get a little perspective of what you see and hear from me. And that's it.
Okay, so I have permission to answer your question. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So what's going on with your body, as in health? And are you advocating for your own healthy body, like hydrating, eating appropriately?
I have challenges in that area.
Okay. So would you like some advice and some love on that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So hydrate, especially when you're going into this type of healing arts, because water is a conduit in your body. So you have to have massive hydration. But above and beyond that, getting in nature and making sure that you are exercising and getting yourself grounded, because the emotions and the worthiness and the feelings that are coming up in your second and third centers are part of what's blocking you from your natural gifts. Does that resonate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yes.
if you can get out in nature and also, the maiden beauty, earth.
In nature.
In nature. I love it. Jess just was pulling a card as I was talking. I love that validation.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So that validation and spirit is with you. And also from a psychic point of view, you got to get out in nature. You got to take care of that vessel, because that vessel is going to be your conduit. And you have to hydrate, and you have to keep that vessel clean and clear. The sugars, the caffeines, especially the hydration. I swear that 80% of Americans are dehydrated, but let alone the people that are in the healing arts, you have to keep yourself hydrated. You have to, because it's a conduit. Does that resonate when I say that to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny because I'm always the one telling my friends, you got to drink more water.
Interesting that you would be the one doing that. And here I am telling you, right? Isn't that fun? Yeah. You teach what you most need to learn. Yes. So that frustration, in second and third center is also part of the blockage that's happening. Getting the tools and language, and I think Jess can help you with that, because you are coming into your intuition and coming into those new experiences. Jess can help you open that up even more. But from Sue's standpoint and what the messages that I'm getting, the frustration, the worthiness that is trapped in the second and third center. You've got to work through that. By doing that, Jess can give, and this is the 3D language, Jess can give you the 3D, the human tools that you need to heighten and to be able to discern between the two, your intuition and if it's something coming up from your past. She can help you discern between the two, and then you'll be able to give accurate readings. How's that resonate?
Very interesting. When you talk about accurate readings, are you talking about me projecting my energy out or me reading somebody else?
Well, if your energy is stuck within your body and you are being of service to somebody else and fear comes up from something in your past and you articulate that when you're in the middle of a reading or being of service to somebody else, that is incorrect information that you're giving to your other person. So you have to be able to be really clear of who you are in your body, what that feels like. Your teacher, your to-do would be Jess, to help you discern what that feels like. Is that coming up for me? Is that fear? Is that worthiness? Or am I getting that second and third feeling because I'm sitting in front of somebody who's got the worthiness issue, or there's fear or abandonment or sexual misconduct? Something's coming up. How's that resonating?
Very, very much so.
Very much so?
The worthiness is definitely a big one.
Yeah. I could see your energy change on that. So what can we do to be of service to give you some tools right now to get rid of that worthiness and to put love in there instead?
I never thought about what that would look like.
Okay, so do you know what it looks like to have self-love? And I ask you this because when I started my journey from my trauma and all that, I didn't. So I'm being completely transparent with you. I had to go seek out what love felt, looked like, sensed like to me when I started all of this. Go ahead, Jess.
Can I?
Yeah.
Hi, my darling.
Hi, dear.
Are you, this question, are you connecting in with your creativity, or have you been putting some of the creative stuff on the back burner?
Actually, for the last probably good 3 weeks, I was on break from my job. And probably for the last 3 weeks, I was getting in touch a lot more with my creativity. So I spent a good 3 weeks doing mostly that. I didn't even work on this other program that the program with Purpose Pioneers. I didn't really do much with it because I was just delving into the creativity.
Yeah. What I'm feeling in terms of creative is like creating without expectation from it to be perfect. So just allowing whatever flows out for the next, few weeks. Just let it come out, let it flow, because there feels like there's a lot of healing within your own ability to create. Like it brings healing to you as you create. And can you share with Sue what you call yourself?
I call myself a midwife for makers. And so what I am going to be doing is helping people who are makers transition from hobby to business.
Oh, my God. Can you please say that again? That is magical.
I'm a midwife for makers.
Midwife for makers. You guys, that is so juicy.
Isn't that?
Midwife for makers. You help in transition. You help them in that transition, in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I love
moving
it.
From hobby making to business.
Hobby making to business. So do you specialize in the business aspect of it or the emotional aspect, or do you do all of the above?
Business aspect, but I just have a sense that once I'm got more clarity in my own, mess, then I can be more of service to others in that area.
Yep.
Because I see that there's so much in the transition time, in this time of growing even my own business, there's so much of this self-development journey, that happens along the way. And I don't see them as being separate. They can't. I think it's flawed to think that they're separate.
Say that again.
It's flawed to think that they're separate. You can't do one without the other. And if you try to do the business development without doing your own personal development along the way, it's going to be
that's not a solid foundation. I totally agree with you. So I pulled a card
so-
for you, Stella. Would you be interested in knowing what animal spirit is got a message for you?
Yeah.
All right. The badger spirit came through, and you know the badger is fearless and bold and aggressive, and I'm going to go and get this done. You like that? Was that a new sound? A new Sueism. All right. So the badger spirit says, and I love this because it coincides with and it's another validation for what you were explaining to us. And also what I was reading from second and third center. So allow that fear to come up. Be fearless. Be persistent in your commitment to what is true to you. Be persistent. So now that you have seen your truth and you have transitioned, now really be persistent in getting clear, like you just said, on how you're going to orchestrate and create all of that.
Okay.
Yes.
The badger.
The badger. Be fearless and bold.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
All right, darling. Do you have any other questions?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Well,
so
big
much.
love to you. Stay in touch with us.
Thank you. Oh, I definitely will.
All right, darling. Talk to you later. All right, Benny's going to take another call, and we come back after Benny's done answering the phone. We will have another caller. So thank you. Benny's on his way. Well, that was fun, Miss Jess.
That was fun.
Was I on? Because I don't know. You knew her.
Yeah.
I didn't know her.
I think you did a beautiful. That was beautiful.
Okay.
That was totally beautiful.
All right.
And I think it's interesting, too, something that just kind of came up in my mind that I've experienced within my own journey is that often the space that holds the most potency for creating and connecting with our gifts often also holds the most space that we need to heal within ourselves.
Oh, 100%.
And so for anybody who's listening who doesn't know, like, what's second center, that's our space of creativity. That's our womb space. For women, that's our place of where we birth creativity, we birth joy. So I think that it's to have that parallel, too, of, like, this is my gift, and yet there's healing here that needs to happen. And how beautiful of a message it can be to say, okay, yeah, go out in nature. Go connect with yourself. I think it can be really easy to think, just go and take a pill or do this thing or quit this thing or do the other thing. And a lot of times it can be that simple.
Very simple.
Yeah.
And just reconnecting.
Totally.
Yeah, the simplicity. Don't overlook the simplicity. You hear me talk about that on the 16-day Craziness to Clarity Challenge. The tools that I give, because when you're in fight or flight, when you are in that state, you cannot retain. I know that from personal experience. So I specifically created a curriculum that is very simple and based in simplicity and practicality, so you can start processing and integrating the new information. Anyways.
My favorite Sue quote from the Craziness to Clarity Challenge, and if I butcher this, please correct me, is just because it's simple doesn't make it irrelevant.
Yep, perfect. Yeah.
Because to my mind used to say, oh, it's so, and sometimes still, oh, it's easy. I've done that already.
And you fluff it away. Yeah. Yeah. No, the simplicity in the action is so powerful, but you can't just shoo it away.
Totally.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take another caller. We've got a few more minutes, about 8 more minutes. Miss Colleen from Philly. Welcome, lovely. This is Sue, and please meet Jess.
Hi, Colleen.
Hi, guys. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for calling, sweetheart.
Yes. So I was very drawn to call. I am part of your challenge right now.
Hi, baby. Yay.
Hello.
Don't we have another call coming up, too? Don't you have a one-on-one call with me coming up?
I do, I think on Thursday.
Yay. I'm so excited.
So, yes, so excited. And I feel like I'm getting a little extra today. I'm just super, super drawn. I loved how you guys are talking about in the beginning all the connections and the serendipities, and it's the universe working, putting all these connections together. And through you, and then looking through Dan, and then looking at Jess, and then listening to podcasts all over the place, and Dr. Joe, it's all sort of swirling and coming together. And I love that. And what I'm calling for today is a little self-love, and I'm trying to get some major clarity on work, because I absolutely love what I'm doing right now, and it hasn't been fun for the past 6 weeks or so, and I'm trying to understand why I am unable to focus I know I'm going through a big transition right now, spiritually. But I'm stuck, and it's a huge block, and I kind of can't get out of my own way with it.
Yes, my love. I hear you, and you're in the perfect space. I love that you listen to your intuition and your inner guidance, because that 16-day Craziness Clarity Challenge is going to help you within that transition. I think honoring the stillness and honoring where you're at in this moment is going to be so valuable, because getting yourself worked up, and actually I'm going to be talking about this in a couple more sessions, but getting spun out in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and not having yourself grounded in the gratitude and where you're at and the space that you're at is going to put in even more blocks and more frustration and more fear and more angst. So I would suggest surrendering all of that, just allowing yourself the time and the space in this, it's like crossing the bridge of transition. Take a baby step. I think Dan he says that take the micro steps, little baby steps at a time, and just be with the space and just allow yourself. And what are the CCs, Colleen?
The CCs, oh my gosh.
Compassionate. Compassionate curiosity. Yeah, have the compassion and the curiosity, for yourself. And I think sticking that on a piece of paper so you remember that you can have compassionate curiosity for yourself and others as you transition through this space. And I think Jess is chomping at the bit. She has a message for you, too. I see her over here.
I'm like,
it's right there. It's right there.
It's so funny because the image that I got, Colleen, number one, hello. So good to meet you.
Hi.
The image that I got is literally like there's these, it's like golden rays that are surrounding you and are coming through to you, trying to come through to you, but your mind is going like, what is that? What is it? And you're trying to grab at it, but it's like trying to grab a ghost in air and like give it a hug. And so I pulled two cards. The first I saw, like, it's coming to you. Number one, it is all coming to you. Mm-hmm. But because you're in thinking mode, you're not open. You're having a hard time opening yourself to receive what is more of a feeling and an intuitive feeling, as opposed to a, hey, here's this really cool roadmap that you can use to get to where you want to go. And so the two cards that I pulled are Follow Your Own Rhythm, and it's this beautiful image of this woman dancing and kind of moving through air, moving through space, and just following the rhythm of her body, and then restore and replenish, which doesn't mean go into hibernation, go underground, and rest for 3 weeks, but it does mean take care of yourself. And for some reason, what I see in my mind is an image of like being in a bathtub and making sure you're taking care of yourself, and as you're going into that space of slowing down and caring,
non-action,
yes, you are actually going to receive the things that you need. So you don't have to go do anything. You don't have to sketch out a map. You don't have to write a 10-step plan of exactly how to get there. Give yourself permission to receive right now. Does that resonate?
Wow. Yes.
Yay!
Very much so.
Because I get
and when you were talking about the gold, woo, my whole body lit up. So
yeah, literally just surrender to it. Just surrender to the non-action. Exactly what Jess was talking about. Surrender to self-care. Surrender to just going in, allowing yourself the process, having compassionate curiosity for where you're at in your transition right now, instead of getting spun out in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas and getting that energy trapped in the second. And second is creativity, but also third is that shame and the resentments and all that stuff that bottles it all in. So just allow yourself to be in the moment, in the now, in the transition. Can you chew on that a little bit, love?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very
You're
much.
so welcome. And I'll see you at 9 a.m. Hopefully you'll be on the live call.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much for calling. Please keep doing it. I love interacting with all of you. All right, we have got less than a minute. Jess, remind people how to get a hold of you, babe.
www.jessbubbico.com.
Radio show?
Method Meets Magic, Mondays, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Anything else?
Instagram at Jess_Bubbico, Bubbico. And if you're starting to open to your gifts, starting to open to your intuition, you're feeling those energies, give me a call. Let's connect.
Done, you guys. What a great show. I love you. I will see you guys next week. Remember, go to SueLundquist.com. Get all the information if you want to work with me one-on-one. Absolutely, SueLundquist.com. The 16-Day Craziness Clarity Challenge is in full force. I have events coming up. Please sign up for the newsletter. So it's SueLundquist /newsletter. Aside from all that, we'll see you next Tuesday or on Facebook and all the other social media outlets. I love you guys. Until next time, each of you are a gift. Get out there and share yourself with the world.
If you like the show, help more people find us by adding your review of the show on iTunes. The more reviews we get, the more people we can reach with this inspiring message on the Gratitude Cafe. Simply search for Gratitude Cafe in iTunes, hit subscribe, and add your honest review. It would help us immensely, and we'll be forever grateful. It's one of the best ways you can give back to the show with your review. Thanks for tuning in to the Gratitude Cafe. Don't forget, every week is a new show, and you could submit your questions at SueLundquist.com/Gratitude Cafe. The show goes live at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in Seattle on Seattle's Alternative Talk AM 1150. You can also call in to the show at 425-373-5527 or 888-298-5569. Find the live streaming link at SueLundquist.com/Gratitude Cafe. We'll see you next week.